Switch, how we doing? What our team's looking like for the first one of the day. Looks like we're navigating over to the team red. Let's poke in through this little hole. See how they're looking. Who do we got? We got ourselves Damon Hunter. He's hunting Matt Damon. I don't know a single Matt Damon movie that I can think of. Wait, is Matt Damon the same guy I'm even thinking about? Or am I thinking about another guy? Because Matt Damon looks like one of those guys that looks like another celebrity. Just me? Fast skills. Is gonna see if he can get some fast skills or fast kills. Either one. Nerf me. Just trying to see if he can get himself nerfed. On here, looks like he might be going on first. No, it doesn't look like. And Vanguard versus Team Blue with Negortrix. Sin. We got Kasha. We got Peachy, Thundress, and Ignore. Is Kasha? Is that I want to say that's someone's Spart. It sounds like Kasha. The Paladin for some reason. That's gonna be Damon Hunter off the bat, getting stunned out by Thunderous. Intro actually gets out of that stun at the last moment. Didn't even trinket. It's just like he waited at a perfect moment. Actually trying to metamorphosis that hex didn't quite work. Metamorphosis a little bit late. He metamorphosis and on the landing got hexed up. So Thunderous is gonna be able to get himself a little bit of reset. Damon Hunter is gonna go for that stun. Trinket get a force out of Thunderous. Intro Maledict by the Demon Hunter as Thunderous is trying to get himself a heal. So that was a good Maledict to prevent the healing. Doesn't trap him on fire, so that's going to be free nature damage, but that's going to be full DR onto Damon Hunter, or at least it looked like it should have been a full DR. It looked like the damage aspect was DR, but the stun was for full duration, or the other way around, so that's really weird. Hex still trying to come out onto Damon, and Thunderous is trying to get himself a little bit of healing. Good thing the Greater Earth Elemental is going to bail out on Damon. Actually can still fly while a frog. Look at this man. What is this mobility with Demon Hunter? Makes no sense at all. Thundress. I want to call him Sundress. And that's going to be Damon getting back in there. Another Lightning Lasso. So it's going to be full Lightning Lasso this time. Maybe Thundress can maybe take opportunity for this and try to see if he can come back. Another IBM for Damon. And we seen last time with Demon Hunters, the amount of healing they get every time they get into damage while in meta is actually insane. That's another hex. This Thundress guy has hexes every single time he needs them. As long as he can land them, he'll be just fine. Try to see if he can wrangle up the Demon Hunter. Get her to about 40% of his health with the damage. Needs to have an Earthshock available right after or before. Try to see if he can get some damage. Is going to juke out an interrupt. That's going to be shortest stun onto Damon Hunter. Not going to get the full value of that damage. Hopefully he has a couple Earthshocks ready. Knocking Damon Hunter out. And it's going to pop into that meta immediately. Enter and imprison. Does Thundress get his Stormkeeper? He does. Got a bunch of zaps while available. Try to see if he can get an Earthshock in. The darkness coming out. And that's going to be Damon Hunter narrowly escaping that kill with just a little bit of health. And Sin is going to get in there. Singatorix? Is that what it is? Breath coming in onto Damon. It's actually trying to get away. That's going to be Trinket as he's bailing out of there with fell rushes all across the map. And he's going to try to stay on the high ground. Try to land aside Sin. Or maybe not. He's actually thinking maybe get the I-beam rolling. Get Metamorphosis rolling. Get a bit of damage in. Sin is going to blink. Damon has Metamorphosis for a little bit. Used to make the most value of that damage. That's going to be Maledict onto Damon. No healing available. Doesn't drop Sin on fire though. So might be able to come back with a stun. That's going to be Metamorphosis. Is he far enough away though? That's going to be Scorches flowing through to Damon. Getting to eat those Pyroblasts. Actually going to be an Ice Block out of Sin as the safety chicken procs. Damon displaying this very, very not cautiously. Going to get into prison onto the Mage. Into an Iron Maledict to follow. That's actually going to be cauterized and he goes down. Damon actually played that one so perfectly with so little health. Perfect Maledict and an Iron. Surprised Sin completely. The cauterized couldn't do anything at all. And it looks like Peachy on a big old bumpkin wants to give Damon a bit of an honor duel, or at least wants to give him a little bit of opportunity to at least be like, okay, you're dueling me. Now, are you ready? And Damon is just gonna get back in there, man. He's going through these guys back to back to back as a Demon Hunter. It's just gonna be kind of chilling. Did a little bit of a hit on Peachy. Gonna bail out for a bit. Waited. Peachy popping those thorns a little bit early. So as long as Damon can avoid those thorns, actually try to see if he can cleanse them. That's going to be root reversal onto Peachy with reverse magic. Does get the I-beam, even though it's silenced, into a disarm, which is actually pretty detrimental to Damon. With a Maledict to follow, he's just eating those Maledicts back to back. Does land a stun on Peachy. That's going to be a bunch of Star Surges. Can Damon live those Star Surges? Has no defenses. Maybe he can get the hell out of there. Actually bailed out for a second, get back in to get another stun onto Peachy. Might have to go for an imprison just to keep Peachy in place. Damon is just no bailing out of there. You're just staying on Peachy the whole time. You're just going going to keep putting pressure on Peachy as far as he has it into another metamorphosis. Does Peachy have a disarm for this one? The thorns are up this time, so he actually has a lot of damage. Listening to the thorns are actually getting cleansed. The damage is getting so much damage out into an imprison onto that cyclone as metamorphosis goes down. That's going to be another Star Surge. Does get the disarm, and Damon just can't do any damage. Actually tricking at the disarm, trying to see if he gets some damage in. Cyclone to finally come out, and Damon actually is not taking damage for once. His health is still low, but at least he's finally taking damage because it's giving me a heart attack. And he actually finds Peachy with a stun. Can he actually just wombo combo him right now? Big I-beam coming down. Does he get the blade dance? He does. And reverse magic the root back onto Peachy, who power shifts it right afterwards. Still big and nice of flying. Peachy's gonna get a massive renewal in there. Has a barbaric skin. Big incarnation ready. Peachy, Diamond is just gonna have that metamorphosis back up, interrupting Peachy on some damage, stunning him on a heal, and continue just to pressure him so much further. Thorns are up and running, but a Maldic on the Peachy right now. That's gonna be silenced on the Damon, and he still just cleaves through this boomkin right one after the other, and ignores up next. Damon already knows it. I-beam already coming out ahead of time, landing the stun to ignore so you can actually do some damage while getting as much healing as possible. That's gonna be evasion out of ignore. Darkness coming down for Damon, and ignore is gonna try to see if he can get some damage in. Damon is just gonna ignore the fact that this rogue has evasion. He's just gonna keep running at him. Kidney shot coming down. Does ignore have the big damage? Vendetta is up and running. Damon has nothing there. That was three people back to back to back. They were just obliterating back to back to back as a demon hunter, just to be taken down by ignore in a single stun lock wombo combo with a vendetta. Nothing you can do in that situation. And ignore is now playing against Vanguard. Is that gonna be? Do you want some cheese without Vine? What is Vine? That's the guy that looks like Rambo. I feel bad about you want some cheese without Vine. Because he looks kind of like a badass, really. Cloak of Shadows for ignore, but he's going to be able to ignore the damage. No, I can't ignore the damage of a paladin. Portion of the damage is magical with holy damage, but the rest of it is physical. And what can you do against the physical part? As a rogue, not a lot, and Cache is the last man standing on Quathalas. Gonna have to see if he can. Actually, Vanguard is also from Quathalas. That's going to be interesting to see how both of these go. Flashlight's coming in for Vanguard. He is set up to win this duel off the bat, as Cache is playing a Shadow Priest. Not a lot you can really do against the Paladin. Way too much damage. I mean, a lot of that Shadow damage does go through plate really easily. It goes through plate like Prune Juice goes through old people. But, like, there's still just so much healing for Vanguard. Bubble and Shield of Vengeance are all very, very powerful. That's going to be something to Vanguard as he's getting hit with a Siphon. That's going to be a mind better to join up. Killing a Siphon pretty quickly. That's going to be huge Void Eruption for Cache, dropping Vanguard's health down to about half. That's going to be a Hodges Cache with an Execution set. It's going to be big Tempest Verdict, and it's going to equalize their health fear onto Vanguard for a moment, but it's still going to have that Shield of Vengeance available. Mind Control, does he bubble out of it though? It looks like he's not going to bubble out of it. It's going to take the full dot damage, but he's going to be able to get a lot of healing. That's exactly what both of these two are doing right now. And Cache is just sitting down for Mage Foot. He's like, you know what? I could heal myself, but a couple ticks of Mage Foot is going to be far more effective. Rebuke to Cache's VT, and that's going to be Vanguard getting some damage, dropping down. Going to go for Flash of Light. He can go for this hit and run strat as much as he wants, so you just have to stop Cache from healing up with Mage Food. That's going to be Vanguard fully healed up, just getting his cooldowns, getting his bearings together. Cache is going to go for that Mage Food immediately. Cache steals a Trinket, Disperse, Vampiric Embrace, and Greater Fate. But is that going to be enough to defeat a Paladin? Vanguard eating a full stun. That's going to be a Siphon to fall. And Nisto does eliminate that Siphon. That's going to be full wings available. That's going to be long duration. And Cache is taking advantage of the situation right now. Knowing that it's full wings, needs to pop some cooldowns. That's going to be Trinket with the Greater Fate to get away from him. Silence onto Vanguard. Is he going to drop down for this? Cache has Void Eruption available. That's actually a lot of mastery damage for Cache. And that's going to go for that Vampiric Embrace right now. Let the damage heal him. That's going to be Vanguard prolonging his wings with a minute-long wings. Try to get him more damage to the Cache. It's going to have Hand of Freedom to be able to run around Cache, re-getting those dots applied all over again. That's going to be Mind Control. Trick it out of Vanguard, and Cache is down and Void Form for a bit. Try to see if he can land a Mind Control. Not going to happen. Disperse is coming out as Vanguard played defensively anyway. Cache could have probably held that Disperse for a little bit later, but maybe getting that heal early so he can actually go do damage might be the best way of going about it. Is going to get himself a shield. Try to see if he can juke out the Rebuke from Vanguard. It's going to land him into a stun. Bubble available as he has Vampiric Embrace. Is he going to be able to get a massive spell? And that's going to be Vanguard out in the open. That's actually his old defenses are out. Has a shield of vengeance available very, very soon. And Kashe has Siphon back up, Mindbender back up, has Greater Fate and the Silence. So he actually could do a lot to Vanguard right now if he were to just collapse all the Siphon, all the little critters of shadow all over the place with a Matic to follow. Locking out Vanguard. Siphon slowing him down on one end. Hodge to Kashe right now with a Mindbender over there, but it's actually going to be Shield of Vengeance that could explode back at Kashe, and that's going to be a fear to separate these two for a moment. Try to get the VT up and running. Might want a Greater Fade at the very end of that, and it's going to be Wings on top of it. Try to see if that Shield of Vengeance could just pop at Kashe. Greater Fade did keep him afloat, and that's Vanguard. No Wings available. Mind Control coming out, actually getting him seed, but Kashe is lost with very, very little health right now. Is playing this defensively, just walking Vanguard back, but it's going to rush right back up there. Has Rebuke, no Rebuke available for quite a bit, so it's actually Kashe is going to try to see if he can void elf it right now. He's gonna need to. Looks like he's not gonna, and Vanguard is just gonna have to sit it for a bit. No, Kashe does void elf back up. Hodge coming down. Chicken available in just a few seconds. Is he gonna be able to get it out right now? Vanguard is gonna get Wings up and running. Could be huge Eviscerate right here, or huge Tempest Verdict. Mind Control to follow off of that stun. Is gonna walk the Paladin away with those Wings. Bubble not available. Trinket almost available for Vanguard. No Shield of Vengeance for a while, but Kashe's health is still in a very bad condition. Has his spurs back up. Trinket, Vampiric Embrace, Silence, Mindbender, Siphon, Greater Fate. Has everything he needs in order to make this happen, but does he have the mechanical skill to make the abilities happen? That's going to be instant fear onto Vanguard as he gets a Trinket back up. That's going to be Vampiric Embrace with a Siphon. Needs to kill it immediately. Mindbender over there. And that's going to be Vampiric Embrace with Void Eruption for Kashe. Has a lot of cooldowns available. Actually sees Vanguard for a bit. Has him land aside. Catches him with a bit of a Mind Flay. And it's going to land a few heals on himself. Vanguard is going to continue self-healing. A 34% dampening. A Paladin can still sustain themselves fairly well. Kashe, on the other hand, cannot really do that as well. That's going to be Trinket out of Vanguard. That's going to be Trinket out of Kashe onto the Hodge. That's going to be Wings for Vanguard. Is going to be able to Greater Fate coming out right now. No Rebuke available for Vanguard, so Kashe can actually just plan out, just blast damage to him. Does he realize it? Maybe he should get Omni CC so he can track Rebuke if he ever needs to. That's going to be Mind Control onto Vanguard to maybe walk him out. Kashe wants to put him out in the open. Maybe he has the full Void Eruption in order to be able to cap out onto this Paladin right now. Just waiting out, letting the cooldowns come out. That's going to be Shield of Vengeance for Vanguard. 100% guarantee while his health is low. Safety Chicken coming up with a Shield of Vengeance. And Kashe is just going to bail out of there with a little bit of a purple fart cloud. Just trying to run away, sprinting away from Vanguard. No Hand of Freedom for the Paladin. Just trying to maintain his dots as best as he can. Vanguard is just going to go for Flashlight. Silence coming out. VT to be reapplied with a Mindbender, having to go a long way around just to get some damage in. Vanguard's taking quite a bit of dot damage. Mindbender finally approaching at a Hodge to Kashe, but still a very defensive play for Vanguard. Trying really hard not to lose to the Shadow Priest, and Kashe just trying really hard to actually not lose to a Paladin. Both of these guys are not playing a win strategy. They're just playing do not lose strategy. Vanguard has full Wings available if he needs to get big damage in. Kashe is going to get a Matic on him. Does he have enough shadow damage to make this happen? Rebuke no longer available for Vanguard. Going to be Greater Fate for Kashe with a Void Eruption. Does he get this Paladin right now? Big crits on the Paladin though, and Kashe actually does get him as the Paladin was getting massive crits. Can anybody give this man maybe a little bit of a reset, an honor duel, please? Can Kashe get an honor duel by any measure, boys? All right, Kashe. Kashe has full cooldowns too, so he's actually fully prepped for this on EU duel. We'll see how well it works out for him. That's going to be another class that I feel like hard counters a caster like Kashe. Range Interrupt, Imprison, range damage with Fly from above, reverse magic to reverse all the dots back at a Shadow Priest. Yes, please. I feel like on EU is basically a class built for hunting down casters. Be able to dispel them too. It's going to be incredible. A Paladin we thought was already big of a challenge, but we'll see how bad a Demon Hunter is going to be as Kashe opens up with Siphon as well as a Mindbender as Onu is completely dotted up. Siphon still getting quite a bit of shadow damage on him. That's going to be Kashe taking quite a lot of damage from the Demon Hunter Metamorphosis. No interrupts available for Onu, I don't think. It doesn't look like he has anything. And Kashe looks like he's just locked out with any kind of healing. He's going to get a fear and Chicken coming out for Onu. That's going to maybe get himself a little bit of heals. Wants to go for Disperse a little bit early as he just taking an incredible amount of damage from EU. Just completely obliterated into what's going to be an imprisoned Matic to follow. Kashe has nothing. No CC already. He's going to get a Greater Fate, but that was it, man. He played it out as best he could against the Paladin, but a Demon Hunter at that high dampening, there's no way to come back from. I mean, he popped in Vampiric Embrace, but it's like, uh-oh, that's not healing me worth of anything. I was unlucky. That was generally unlucky.